Everyone, another question. This is which of the following is an incorrect statement? See here, four statements are given, and surprisingly, here is that first statement belongs to plant anatomy. Second statement, this is from unit of life. Third statement, fourth statement, they belong to unit of life. So we should have a clear understanding of this. If you see the first statement, mature sieve tube elements possess a conspicuous nucleus and usual cytoplasmic organelles. No, the first statement itself is wrong. You see here, mature sieve tube elements do not possess a conspicuous nucleus. That is, generally in plant kingdom, sieve tube elements are called as brainless cells. That is, actually, water sieve tube elements, sieve tube elements, they are part of phloem. We know phloem is called as leptome or bast. It's part of vascular tissue found in tracheophytes. So this the parts sieve tube elements include here sieve, cells, and sieve tubes. So the sieve cells and sieve tubes, when they are younger, at younger stage, they contain nucleus. That's what we call they are nucleated. They are nucleated, but at maturity, the nucleus get degenerated. They are called as enucleated. Enucleated. That is, they don't have nucleus. Nuclei get degenerated. So we call them enucleated. It is a very rare case that we find in plant kingdom where the cell is very much alive but there is no nucleus. So we cannot call them as protoplasm. You can call it as cytoplasm, but it's not protoplasm because protoplasm includes cytoplasm plus nucleus. So often we call them as brainless cells. Brainless cells of plant kingdom, we call them. Then, what is the function of the sieve tube elements? You know that conduction of food, conduction of organic solutes, that is glucose, sucrose, from source to sink is the main function of the phloem. Then without nucleus, how do they conduct? They have here companion cells. Companion cells here, they guide the movement of food through the sieve tube by pressure gradient. And we know that companion cells and sieve tubes are very much accompanied with each other. Both are found only in angiosperm, they are absent in gymnosperms. So this statement is incorrect. The first statement is incorrect. So this is the right answer for the question. Let us see the second statement. Microbodies are present in both plant and animals. Yes, this is true. They are present both in plants and animals because microbodies include the glycosomes, peroxisomes, spirosomes, etc. They are found in both. The perinuclear space forms a barrier between materials present inside the nucleus and that of cytoplasm. What is perinuclear space? See, we know that, let us suppose this is the nucleus. The nucleus is enclosed by nuclear membrane. The nucleus is enclosed by nuclear membrane. So this nuclear membrane is, remember, it is double unit membrane. It is having two unit membranes. Two unit membranes are attached like this. They are leaving some gaps, some pores. They are called as nuclear pores. We call them as nuclear pores. So through the nuclear pores, the nucleoplasm will make a contact with outer cytoplasm. So this is called as nuclear pore. Nuclear pores are, again, they are guided, regulated by BEBs, annulus, BEBs, the different kinds of proteins. Inside this we find the chromatin reticulum and nucleolus. and this is the cell. So what they say that in the third statement is that the space in between two nuclear membranes is called as perinuclear space. So this perinuclear space will forms a barrier between the materials present inside the nucleus and outside the nucleus. Okay, so this is also the correct one. I write it here true. Fourth statement, nuclear pores act as passages. Yeah, I wrote it here. The nuclear pores, there are the gaps in between. The end walls of outer and inner membrane of nuclear membrane, they fuse with themselves, they form the nuclear pores. Nuclear membrane is called as karyotheca. Do remember or make a note. Nuclear membrane is called as karyotheca because karyo is more related to nucleus. Karyotheca. So, nuclear pores act as passages for proteins and RNA molecules in both directions between nucleus and cytoplasm. How this statement is true? You see here, inside the nucleus, nucleolus is found. This part which I am darkening is called as nucleolus. This nucleolus mainly synthesizes the, what do you call, RNA, it synthesizes ribosomes. It synthesizes ribosomes. And ribosomes are made up of two parts. One is RNA, another is proteins. So, RNA synthesized by the nucleolus and proteins are synthesized outside the cytoplasm. In cytoplasm, they are synthesized. So, proteins are imported inside the nucleus where proteins combine with RNA to form the ribosome with the nucleolus. So this is how there will be a communication between the nucleoplasm and cytoplasm with the help of nuclear pores. So fourth statement is true, third statement is true, second statement is true, and first statement is false. It is untrue. Why it is false? Because mature sieve tube elements. You see, remember the term mature. If we say just sieve tube elements, it may not be false. But as he said here, mature sieve tube elements, it is wrong because mature sieve tube elements lack the nucleus. So it is option 1.